Okay, this is a video about learning how to distinguish the rank titles of different officer rank in the military. It's changed a lot since the 1980s when I first learned it, and I dug around a lot, and it's very confusing, as you can see from this chart. So as a radio operator, why would you need to know this? Well, if you're working a disaster for an Aries team, or doing an event, or just have a spouse in the military, or you're in the military, or a civilian, this is very handy to know. At the end, I'm going to have a little quick way to take this whole chart and remember it with 3 words. So I'm going to cover some things I don't want to talk about yet. Okay, so first off, I'm going to point with my United States Space Force K-bar TDI knife. Space Force because of the color. So what we have in this column is what the insignia is shaped like. So there's 1 bar, there's 1 bar. So we got to distinguish with color now. There's 2 bars, which is only 1 2-bar, so that's a captain. There's 2 leafs. One's a major, one's a lieutenant colonel. And then the eagle is the colonel. So if you come across a lieutenant colonel and you see a leaf and you call him major, that might be a major mistake. Now in the Navy, they use different terms for their officers. A second lieutenant is equivalent to an ensign. Then we have lieutenant junior grade, lieutenant, you see that's a captain. And then we have lieutenant commander, commander, and captain. So don't get these 2 captains confused. This one's a much higher rank. Okay, so originally, and still, if they wear the metal service rank, all of the services will be the same. There's some gold insignia and there's some silver insignia. You'll see here we have 2 different lieutenants, and lowest rank is at the top of the sheet, highest rank is at the bottom. The most junior lieutenant will wear gold. So look at it this way, there's a single bar. So if there's the same shape, this rule changes, but for metal, if there's the same shape, gold is the lower color, because gold's worth more than silver. It's backwards. That's the military. No, there's a really cool reason why. I'm not going to go over it now. If it's shaped like a leaf, the lowest rank is gold, so it's major. So the thing you want to do is learn this, the shape and the titles it could be. All right. So we're going to go into the cloth or subdued ranks. So Army, Marines use this, and what they do is it's a straight color for color switch. So anything that's silver becomes black, which means anything that's black is the higher rank. Anything that's gold turns a darker gold, which is brown. Now, this is Air Force and Space Force. Okay, Air Force has gone to a spice brown, which we'll cover next, but some of their uniforms still use this. Okay, now this here is a brown for brown, so the lower rank does the brown, but it's the Air Force and Space Force, so it has to be blue instead of black. So the Space Force is keeping with this. Now, here's where it gets really weird. The Air Force loves their spice brown on all their insignia. So, brown is going to be the most used color. They will use brown for everything. So you can't look at the colors. Well, they're going to use brown for everything. But when there's two shapes that are the same, the higher rank uses black. And that's because this black and this black need to mean the same thing. So you see a black in the Army, you see a single black bar in the Army, you see a single black bar in the Air Force, that's a first lieutenant. Same thing for lieutenant colonel. It's the higher of the leafs. Okay, so here's the helpful hint. The higher rank of the same insignia is silver, black, or blue. I like to think of it, you're beating black and blue. I don't know if people know that, but silver, black, blue. Those are going to be the higher colors, no matter which system. Now, the Navy not only is different in their titles for officers, they will sometimes have stripes on the sleeves. Okay? So, how do we deal with those? It's actually a little easier. So an ensign will have one stripe. There's a thick stripe and a thin stripe. I can't thin out my fingers, so just imagine. So one stripe is an ensign. And then we get into two ranks that are called lieutenant. They both have two stripes, but one of them is half the width of the other. So 2 stripes is a lieutenant. 2 full width stripes is a lieutenant. So 1.5 stripes, lieutenant junior grade. 2 stripes is lieutenant. Now, lieutenant commander and commander, it's the same thing. It's just now they've added a stripe, and the middle one will be half the size for a lieutenant commander. For a commander, they'll all be the same size. And guess what? Captain has 4 full-size stripes. So, little notes. Gold is more valuable than silver, so silver is the higher rank. It doesn't make sense. Brown is closer to a gold color for that one and that. The shiny silver becomes black because we are trying to hide. These are subdued ranks for out in the field. We don't want shiny things to glint off the sun. So same as note 2, but it is, so these are my notes here. So note 3, but it is the Air Force, so something has to be blue. 4, the Air Force likes its spice brown, so it is used for all ranks. Black is used for the higher rank of the same insignia for consistency. So remember, silver, black, and blue. Hope that helps you. Bye.